What's up, guys? 5869 here, and oh my god, Meepo, man, you know what? I told Green, the guy that's drafting Oster, if he picked Meepo, I would cast from his perspective, but the immediate Meepo ban, okay, I see how this one's gonna go. You know what? That's alright. That means we're gonna have a normal cast here, and I'm pretty excited. More NA, RD2L, kind of missing out on the Europe region a little bit recently. Hopefully gonna cast some Euro RD2L in-house league games tomorrow. But you know what? NA, they're still alright. They're still pretty good. A lot of guys here that we've seen quite often. 659, Solidus, Switching Lane, Scrub, Monty, I believe yesterday we casted some of his games as well. And some pretty, famous faces here, I guess you could say, in terms of our D2L games. Meepo ban, really nothing to say about that one. That one's just, just kind of putting the screws to me. So, whatever. Either way, about 3.6k average MMR, but there are some players above, 4.5k, or just above 4k at the very least. I know that. Osar, I believe, is around 4.8k. Muchum, I want to say is like 4.6, maybe 4.2, something like that. But it will be an SF ban. Tuskar going to be the follow-up ban as well. Tuskar still incredibly strong. Surprising to see the SF ban out here, considering if you can let the SF slide through, I don't think Dire would pick it, and you can maybe grab the Radiant side SF. And they're going to get rid of the TA as well. So Queen of Pain, notably still in the pool. And Shadow Fiend, although he isn't great against her in lane, he's certainly not bad. And that means that Queen of Pain, you can really dominate the lane up until maybe level 4, level 5. After that, it gets a little bit more difficult. Shadow Fiend with the 3 points in a raise can really just start to dominate the lane, move over into the jungle if it's really bad for him or if he's getting really pressured by supports missing on the map. And a first pick Rubik, and you know what? Rubik, probably one of my most favorite heroes here, and I'm going to love to watch this guy. It's just so fascinating to watch a good Rubik play, or just even a Rubik play in general. This guy is made for hype, bred for hype. Lift, a fantastic ability just in itself. If you can lift, get a couple heroes stunned up like that, it can just turn the tide of a team fight. Also, Fade Bolt going to be able to reduce some of that damage. A nice little AoE nuke, and the passive, not all that bad either. Certainly something that you can't really scoff at, as does give your team a little bit more tank ability, I guess you could say, with that magic resistance. And we'll see what Radiant's going to follow that up with. So they're going to go with a Witch Doctor. Obviously, that Nullfield won't help out against the Death Ward or anything like that. Cask as well, really good ability to help deal with pretty well any situation, maybe if Dire was thinking about drafting the IO, Tiny, something like that, Cask as well as Death Ward, pretty good against those heroes. Witch Doctor as well, just a really good all-around support, I'd say. As he's just good in a lot of situations. He's good in lane. He can rotate well into the mid to late game stages as well. Death Ward, incredibly strong. Did kind of get a weird buff slash nerf, I guess you could say. Level 2 Death Ward now doesn't bounce, but it does a ton of damage to whatever target it will hit. You still get the Aghanim Scepter bouncers, which are really strong. And now Muchum. We'll see what he's going to want to grab up alongside this. Probably don't want to give away your next support. You could maybe do that, draft something like a Wyvern, which is a really strong hero. But then that means they can just pick a lot of magical damage, or, heroes that don't really have to deal with the Wyvern and kind of get around it that way. So you don't really want to show your support hand just yet. That way, Witch Doctor, you can still run him in a dual lane, tri-lane, aggro tri-lane even perhaps. Cask is fairly good in those situations, so still a flexible support, and you don't want to give it away with the second one, whether you're going to be running, maybe an Enigma jungle, and if you give it away this early, probably not going to be the best pick, but really already dipping into the reserve time, despite the fact that Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, Dazzle are all still in the pool. All these tier 1 heroes, Alchemist even, since the ESL 1 qualifiers we've seen get incredibly popular. And he's going to be in the pool here as well. So surprisingly enough, the Radiant really dipping into this one. 659, maybe giving Muchum a little bit of help here. Telling him what he should draft. Maybe giving him some, ideas of, what he wants to play. Something like that. But it will be a Clockwork. And yeah, Clockwork, Darkseer, both tier 1 offlaners that definitely get picked up a lot within the first 2 picks. Especially since 6.85 hit. Especially NA Dota as well. Really liking the Clockwork, Darkseer. I've casted some FPL, and they really favor that Clockwork Darkseer pickup within the first 4 picks, and you can see why. It's a great teleport control hero. He's really good at controlling the mid game, buying space for some of your stronger cores like the Alchemist. If the Shadow Fiend was in the game, Shadow Fiend as well. He's good at getting solo pickoffs. We've seen a lot of melee cores come back into fruition, so Heroes like Leshrac, Gyrocopter, not as popular, whereas now we're getting more people playing the Juggernaut, which Clockwork isn't necessarily particularly good at, but, you know, Juggernaut, Tuskar, Darkseer, getting picked up. Lion, a little bit of a strange pick that they're going to get, you know, their 2 supports this early on, but Lion, great at lockdown, can cancel that Death Ward with Hex very easily, very quickly. Earth Spike as well, not a bad ability whatsoever. They will ban out the Wyvern, so Wyvern Witch Doctor, pretty good pairing here. Despite the fact that they have the finger, just not all that comfortable playing up against the Winter's Curse here. As Clockwork, fairly good against the Lion as well, although hook in, you can sometimes get the Hex off right afterwards and perhaps stay alive a little bit longer. But yeah, Rubik as well. Odd you would pick a Clockwork, as Rubik can, I believe, does have a quick enough cast point to get lift off inside in cogs, lift the Clockwork out, and then prevent a lot of that damage, especially if he's on the outside. He's just going to be able to lift somebody away in. That could be a little bit of an issue for our Clockwork player, as will be a Spirit Breaker ban. Don't want to deal with that global potential. Although an offlane Spirit Breaker, not as strong as it was for a little bit there. And Anti-Mage Brood going to be taken out here. So Brood Mother did have the potential to really kind of spiral out of control here, as the Witch Doctor Clockwork, not really the greatest at dealing with it. Flare, not bad, but outside of that, Clockwork not really good. Witch Doctor as well. Cask just going to get soaked up by spiders. And Wind Ranger is going to be the pick, and we've seen her get popular towards the end of 6.84, early 6.85 as well. She's just got the potential to deal so much single target physical damage, maybe even AoE physical damage if you pick up something like the Maelstrom into the Mjolnir later on. You can really get some AoE damage with those chain procs from the lightning, and that could be an issue here as well for the Dire. So they will grab the Windrunner. A tougher hero, I would say, to gank in the mid lane is Windrun. Ridiculously good ability. Only costs like 100 mana. I believe 15-second cooldown, 6-second duration. Pretty strong. Even Shackle is like one of the most ridiculous abilities in my opinion. I think it probably needs a nerf. It has, you know, a 3.75 duration at level 4. If you hit that on 2 heroes, that's disgusting. You just sit there, and pretty much you just take your hands off the keyboard, walk out the room because you're disgusted that you just ate a 2-hero shackle and the team fight's over. And they're going to follow it up with a Pugna. And good ways to deal with mass amounts of physical damage are to just decrepify a target and kind of work with it that way. And the Nether Ward, not going to be that great. It may kind of block a couple picks here for the Radiant. You know, they're not going to grab a Skywrath or something like that, most likely against the Nether Ward. But it's certainly not that strong against the heroes we're looking at right now. And Nether Blast could be good if they look to group up and gank a little bit, but they've got a lot of magical damage. They also have a little bit of magical damage negating, and you know what? The Radiant's just going to say, screw magic damage. Let's just go for a ton of physical damage. They'll pick up a Spectre here. Haunt going to give them some nice global potential. Does have a somewhat weak laning stage, so we could see if they're going to run the Pugna in an aggro tri-lane with a Lion Rubik, and I think with the Storm Spirit pickup, you can definitely do that now, as you can really abuse the Spectre here. The one thing that you can kind of think of as another ward is it burns your mana, and Spectre does have a fairly shallow mana pool, so we could see if maybe Radiant's going to figure this one out, look to draft something like a Visage, get, you know, a hero that's really good in an aggro tri-lane situation, good at slowing down the Pugna, keeping the chase up, just really good at a lot of early burst damage. So we'll see how they're maybe going to kind of think about this off lane. They will get rid of the Undying, so they maybe are expecting perhaps a dual lane, or at least not an aggro tri-lane, as banning out the Undying, banning out the AA now for the Dagger. So are they going to pick up the Alchemist here and do something really janky, like an off-lane Pugna, safe lane Storm, mid Alchemist? And it will be a Jakiro, so Jakiro great at pushing as well, and it's going to be a Medusa, so it's going to be an aggro tri-lane. Oser probably going to be taking up the safe lane Dusa, which is probably going to wreck this Clockwork. He certainly doesn't have a lot of kill potential on the Medusa. Very tanky early on. Storm Spirit mid lane. And Jakiro is a pretty good hero in an aggro tri-lane as well. Liquid Fire, most notably, not costing mana, means you can spend it, kind of use the ability a lot safer here, not have to worry about it as much, and just kind of throw it out there. You don't have to worry about conserving your mana in case there's a fight or in case they try to gank somebody. Ice Path, great at cutting somebody off, great at, you know, getting multiple heroes stunned up. So I definitely like the Jakiro pick, and I'm not sure whose team I favor more, in all honesty, is both teams definitely have alright, so I can't use the mini-map for some reason. Alright, so this is going to be difficult. For some reason, Reborn's not letting me use my mini-map, so this is going to make this cast really... What's happening? What? I can't see heroes? Is this actually happening right now? Okay, there's everybody on the Dire. Alright, this is the weirdest thing. Am I blind? I actually can't see the Radiant Heroes. Alright, I'm just gonna dip out of this game, come back in real quick. That is so strange. Never had that bug before. Just Reborn things, I guess. Hopefully we'll have it all ironed out within the next few weeks here. You know, we'll just wait for this pause to end. Still can't click on the mini-map. Can click on other stuff here. There it is. Pause is going to end. No, I can't. You know what? I think I may actually have to cast this from somebody's perspective because I can't even see the Radiant Heroes. This is so messed up. Can I? Alright, you know what? Osu. I can't click on anything! Oh, God. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, wait, I'm gonna restart Dota real quick. This is actually brutal. Oh, what a life. Oh my God, there's an update? Oh God, this is... Oh, okay, there we go. Small update, small update. It's okay. Okay, alright. We're going for it. If I can't see anybody, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Turn this into a blooper reel or some shit. I hope I didn't miss any First Blood stuff. Radiant Heroes? There it is! Alright, we're back in it. Alright, it worked. Alright, let's get right into this game. So no First Bloods missed. Looks like the lane's not actually playing out like I thought. It will be an off lane. Solo Pugna. And they will do a defensive tri-lane with Osu, Proton, and... Oh no, it will be dual lane? I believe. Am I missing something here? Oh no, there's the line. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm on tilt after that Reborn bug. Alright, whatever. We'll just start breaking down this game. So, sorry, Dusa. Oh, sir, not going to be able to watch from your perspective. In fact, not going to. And you know what? If you lose this game, never going to let this one down. As mid lane, Solitas taking a little bit of damage. Scrub as well. Solitas, no points in a shackle, though. Could have maybe gotten a kill on Scrub if he was able to shackle him under tower. Kill the other creep a little bit earlier on. Get a couple tower hits down. Alright, so 1 minute 28 seconds in. Nothing going on just yet, and it seems like, I think if this one goes to late game, 659 is definitely going to have to move into Diffusal Blade. If he wants to at least do a little bit more damage to the Medusa, burn through that mana shield somewhat faster, probably going to be going for Radiance. I think that the build you want to go for is maybe Radiance into Yasha, depending how the game's going, maybe Radiance, Yasha, Diffusal, then finish the Manta. It may be more important to finish the Manta earlier on after Diffusal. And a disconnect, alright, so looks like Moochum having a little bit of an issue here. We'll have to disconnect. Face on new cap. Good times, good times, good times. Good old RD2L all chatting. So yeah, if this does go late game, 659, probably going to have to get a Diffusal Blade if he wants to eat through that mana shield. I think Medusa, both of these carries are AoE based carries, kind of moving away from what we saw in 6.83. We saw heroes like Troll, Sniper, jug these single target heroes that are carries, and looks like in 6.85 we're starting to move into heroes that can do a lot more damage in a wider area. So Spectre with Haunt going to be able to deal some damage here, as well as Medusa does have that split shot, going to be able to do some AoE damage. I have no idea. I've just completely missed out on this entire all chat. I have no idea what's happening right now. This is so ridiculous. You know, I agree. I don't think the draft was that bad whatsoever. I'm comfortable with the draft on both sides. I think Storm Spirit going to have a little bit of an issue. I think I would have rathered Alina. Pure damage later on is going to be really helpful against the Spectre. And I think the Lena's got a lot more potential to blow up some of these heroes. Storm Spirit, not that great at getting in behind any of these heroes. Jakiro, one of the better strength gains for his support, so he's going to be tankier later on. Witch Doctor, I imagine, probably going to look towards something like a Glimmer Cape. So with a tankier hero in the Jakiro, as well as a Glimmer Cape most likely on Palmer Square, it will be kind of tough for this Storm Spirit to find something. He actually just DC'd again. Alright, alright. Is this a remake? What's happening right now? Oh, God. Oh, man. Jakiro going to be stacking up a little bit here, and you know what? There is a strat kind of that I have seen, or not a strat, I guess you could say, but with the we don't see it with the Poor Man's Shield. I've seen it with the Vanguard. You go for a Vanguard, you go for early, like maybe 3 points in a dispersion, and you kind of just move into a stack camp. You sit there, you tank up a lot of the creeps, and the return damage means that it's fairly quick at going through this stack here. It's gonna return the full damage, not gonna take the full damage on Spectre. That sounds so complicated. I'm just gonna give up right now. I have no idea what's going on. Alright, so maybe we're actually back into it. Oser with 8 tangos up against a Clockwork, so maybe looking at a max flare build, expecting the Clockwork to have a lot more damage potential, or expecting a aggro tri-lane or the 1v1, I guess, maybe. Probably expecting that it would be a 1v1. Mid lane Storm Spirit not doing all that bad. It is an Invis. Solida's going to get lifted up. There's the drop. Scrump's still not dead just yet. Now Proton and Monty are rotating in. There's the Hex on a Palmer Square. No Earth Spike. Is he going to live from this one? The salve up. Monty's not going to be able to secure it. No cast though. One more right click. Not going to be able to get that one. And it looks like 29 HP will be the magic number for our Witch Doctor to escape that gank. About 4 or 5 heroes getting quite low there. Nobody going to go down though, and no first blood going to be claimed just yet, as we'll turn on my open mic real quick here. There we go. Well, we've got a little bit of downtime. Sentry Ward going to be placed in the mid lane, but no Observer Ward for that to catch, and instead maybe just expecting that. Oh my lord! This is brutal. I don't know if Solidas is this actually happening? Nah, there's no way. You know, there's no way that's actually happening. This is the goofiest shit I have ever seen. Oh my god, one person leaves. Another person joins. This is brutal. Seems like he DCs a lot in captain's mode games. All right, so where is orange now? Where is Palmer Squares? On your leapfrog. So Lita's just going in right now. This guy's just throwing shade to his teammate. What a guy. Solitas, you all heard it here. Most toxic player in RD2L. Probably worse than Harvey Dent. Remake? 659. We'll just keep going. It looks like they're going to just say, whatever, screw orange. We don't need him. Jump right back into the game. And you know what? As a caster, don't care. I'm okay with that. Just means that maybe I can shout about a couple kills or something. Switching lanes. Gonna get a dagger from 659 and not doing all that bad since there aren't 3 heroes here. Jakiro not gonna be able to push him out of the lane that easily since he grabbed Ice Path first, and I'm not sure Ice Path first is the ability you want. As it looks like, alright, so GG was actually called. What a game. Probably one of my better casts, and thanks everybody for watching. Sir played really poorly this game. Unfortunately, Green couldn't really put up the play that he wanted to. And that's going to be the game. So good game, well played. A very tight game. Both teams with the exact same kill score. And that's going to be it. So you know what, guys? Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series from lane to lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodo Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.